Hello.
All right, welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back. Two and a Half Hippies podcast.
I'm the half hippie.
No, I think I'm.
Wait.
I guess I'm the two hippies.
Yeah, you're fucking two full
Because
people. Look at you, dude.
That's offensive. I'm only 175 pounds, man.
Yeah, I'm like 10 pounds over you.
Dick. All right. Yeah. So welcome back. I just came back from California yesterday, I think. What's today? Wednesday? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
No, so Monday was Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I came back from California.
Yeah, the whole
and then
weekend.
Tuesday was a very, very important day. What did we do on Tuesday?
We had our fantasy football draft.
Yeah, we had fantasy football draft. You guys have been doing this draft a lot longer than I joined. I think I joined relatively late.
Yeah, I think this is year
I've
10.
Year 10. I've only done 4 years, I believe. No, 3 years. 1 year I got last. 1 year I won it all, and another year I won it all. I never did anything in between. Isn't that crazy?
Ricky Bobby, you're fully Ricky Bobby.
You ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got on this league relatively late. When did you guys start doing? So what we do is we buy a legitimate. We do it like in the league. We buy a draft board. We get the stickers, and we all meet up at someone's house, and we put it. We actually like draft in live in person.
We used to draft before the punishments were involved. We used to draft at resorts.
Really? What was the last resort?
At the Omni.
You did it at the Omni?
Yeah, I was working that day. I was bartending up, but had all the boys serving them up drinks.
Yeah, and we had some people in and out, but I think right now we have the strongest 12-man lineup.
So great.
So great, right? Very competitive. No
competitive.
Weak link. Yeah, no weak link. I feel like years before there have definitely been weak links in the group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We actually one time kicked the winner of the league.
I don't know why he did. Was it because, what was the reason?
He was just such a cunt the whole time.
Hey, don't use this word.
He was such a see you next Tuesday.
That's better.
And like just about everything. And like the year after, he's like, oh, since I'm winner, like he's just trying to like take over the league as if he owned it. And we're like, you know what, man? You're out.
Do you have respect of the way I handled winning? Like,
yes, I do.
I did it very maturely. I'll throw in every.
No, I don't mind gloating. What he did was absurd.
Like there's levels to this. You could gloat, of course.
But he tried to go dictatorship.
Yeah.
Like he owned the league now that he fucking won. We're like, no.
Like
You're out.
I won,
actually,
but I know I'm the outsider here. I know I'm the one that joined in, so I'm not gonna step any toes and try to piss people off. Although I do try. I mean, sometimes I do.
But it does happen often that like people we bring in just end up winning the first year.
Yeah, like beginner's luck. And then there's people you bring in that like have no idea what they're doing, and it kind of like throws the balance off the league and stuff. And that's no fun. Honestly.
You and Aber have been the greatest additions to the league.
I know. No, I think me vouching for Aber was the big thing. You guys added me on. I got to think.
I was one of the biggest vouchers.
But I was the one who, I think Dembski was the reason why I joined, because Dembski wasn't vouching for me to join. And then.
Well, you took Caston's spot.
Yeah. Caston didn't really know much about football. No.
Nor does he care.
And that kind of defeats the purpose of having him in.
I think that's a big part of it. People who care about football should be
people who want to be passionate about it.
Well, you don't even need to be passionate. You just got to know and care about football. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be passionate.
Reed was a great addition.
Nick might not watch every single game, but he fucking loves the 49ers.
He knows. Honestly, I've talked to him about sports. That guy knows his sports.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That guy knows his sports. Like, and same with Ryan Moody. He knows his sports. Like Harry, I still question, but that's an OG. That's an OG. That's like you can't do the league without him. But everyone else is good. But
it just shocks me he's never got last.
It shocks me when he's never got last. He's just good enough to just stay mediocre.
Whereas I'm on the opposite wavelength. Harry's always on the bottom end, but never last. I'm always either in the playoffs or just out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's this weird purgatory.
What he does, he loves to be the traitor. Not traitor as in betraying. Traitor as in he trades more than the stock than stock fucking stockbrokers.
You got me that one year. That's 1 year that I thought, hey, if I just make more trades than I know what to do with, maybe I'll just win the league.
For me, it only takes. I think I took one major trade each year. The Josh Allen trade, when I traded away Josh Allen for Chris Olave, and I forgot another player with Aber, that helped me a lot because Chris Olave was a big part of why I won. And then the year before, I traded JSN and Najee Harris for Xavier Worthy, and Carson Steele. Carson Steele, trash. So that was a bust. Xavier Worthy
won you the fucking
he won me the league, but initially people thought it was a bad trade. Aber,
I called it out immediately as the trade happened. I told
know.
you verbatim. I texted you right away. I go,
you did.
this trade is bad for you in the short term by a lot, but Xavier Worthy could win you the league in the playoffs.
He turned out to be
is going to
worthy.
be a playoff relevant player.
I saw that.
Sure enough.
I knew, and honestly, that's exactly why I got him. I saw the potential in him. I understand he's a rookie, but because I saw the pattern with Rashid Rice. I picked up Rashid Rice last year or the year before on the waiver wire. I had him on the bench for most of my career, most of my season, and then I knew he was going to pop up at the end. I started him. He was another big reason why I won the league, because Rashid Rice was a fucking stud towards the end of that season. Too bad. For some reason, Kansas City wide receivers like to have off-the-court issues. I don't know why.
I like how you refer to it as off the court.
Off the field issues. I'm sorry. Basketball, it's off the court. But we just had our draft last night. I think I had the best team drafted.
Nabong smashed.
Ridiculous.
Smashed.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but
Me and you have the two highest projections for week
yes,
one.
yeah. And so you saw the draft grades too, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm fourth.
You're fourth. Yeah, I don't know why they picked Brad as A too. I mean, he had a good draft. I think it was that Michael Pittman pick. I don't know if that was a spin, but that was because he fell so far to him. I just hate Michael Pittman because he had him in one of my leagues, and he was just so disappointing that I couldn't stand starting him. And the fact that I put all my marbles in this guy and he's just trash.
You just have so many wide receivers.
Yeah, and you got fucking Daniel Jones.
Adonai Mitchell. You got Michael Pittman. You got Downs.
Yeah, how about that snag with Chuba Hubbard though?
Oh my
I snagged him, bro. I snagged that.
I'm so upset. Well, just confirmed to me that I wasn't gonna get him, so I'm glad I got Chase Brown where I did. Because I was like, before I made the Chase Brown pick, you remember it took me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking I could snag a wide receiver here and wait for Chuba. That was rattling around in my head.
Yeah.
To be my first running back, and
Yeah.
then I go, you're not gonna be able to get Chase Brown after round 3. Like, just take him. No one else is taking him. Boom.
Chuba was he had 1,000 yards last year, like a low key 1,000 yards.
And I listened to an interview with him. He talks like a guy.
What does that mean?
He talks like a guy.
Like a stud, like an absolute baller,
like a number one.
like he's the guy. Like he's like he's the shit. Yeah, as he should.
Not in an arrogant way, but just like
confident. There is a very thin line between
aura.
confidence and arrogance. Arrogance, like you could kind of feel the douchebaggery. Confidence, you could kind of see. You could see the confidence. It almost becomes inspiring in a way.
It was.
That's the blur line. That's why people you can interpret Kobe Bryant being arrogant or him being just incredibly confident in his own abilities. But I think it's just a matter of interpretation. You could take it one way or another, but you could tell. I think you could tell it's if they're being confident
and
or arrogant.
Chuba is a guy. Just listen to him talk, how he talks to the team, how people respect him. He's a guy.
Yeah.
And it just shocks me. Maybe just because his name sucks. I feel like there's name bias. Call me crazy.
Yeah,
there's a name bias.
It's a little
in
crazy.
Fantasy football.
What, is Jonathan Taylor too generic of a name for people?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, he's a stud. Are you kidding me? A little bit of an idiot sometimes, but he's a stud.
But there's something intriguing about Emeka Ibuka.
What the fuck? I've never heard of this guy.
No, I'm just saying name wise. I'm just talking strictly.
What
name.
kind of name is Emeka Ibuka? What the fuck?
But it's interesting.
It is
It's
very
not
interesting.
Jonathan Taylor.
Or Mike Evans.
Well, Mike Evans, I wouldn't slap him in there.
Why?
Because he's too known.
Okay, so you're talking about the people that people only know him for fantasy in a way.
Yeah, there is name
Chase
bias.
Brown. That's a pretty generic name.
Boom. Another
But
one.
he's a stud. He had a very, very good breakout season last year. Took over Zach Moss for the RB1 just like that, within 4 or 5 weeks. That was a great pickup by you. But you, they kind of fucked up on the league's end that they didn't tell you that it was
didn't know it was a
we're doing a 3
3
wide receiver league this year, and he was kept in the dark. And I thought that was not fair.
No, I'm a little shocked in myself that I missed that Discord.
Because that changes your approach and how you draft.
Well, no, I'm just shocked. I thought I'm tapped into that chat, and I'm just shocked that discourse missed me.
Did you look at the chat history and find it?
I have not gone back.
Okay,
actually.
because I think it was at some point. But I think a lot of it has to do with our league does have a very poor job of communicating.
Yeah.
And we can't. There's not someone who could take charge, and not every. And I'm part of the problem. I can't say that I'm. But I don't want to like keep voicing my opinion, keep starting saying shit because, like I said, I'm still consider myself an outsider in this league.
You're a mainstay.
But like it still is. I still view it as that, and I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, I fucked up because like my wide receivers are kind of boof.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Remind me of your wide receivers.
I got Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I don't trust
Xavier
Baltimore.
Worthy.
Yeah, you picked all the stuff, all the ones with
Debo.
the best. You picked all the ones with like top 3, top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Those quarterbacks don't have a favorite target. They're gonna pick the ones that are wide open. I mean, that's how.
But I do have the stack with Zay Flowers. So I do have,
Lamar
Jackson,
okay.
Zay Flowers. So that can turn a wide receiver 2 into 1 just because I get an extra 4 points.
I just seen Lamar Jackson give it to so many different targets throughout his season that like he's not like when I watch fucking like Jared Goff, I just see him just feasting.
But Lamar's the type of guy that can evolve and will.
I mean, this is a 2-time MVP talking about. You still think he could get better? You don't think he's already past his prime?
No.
Wow.
I think he will continue to change his game and improve and maybe not all the legs.
Is he the greatest mobile quarterback of all time?
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
Because Cam Newton is in that conversation. Stint only lasted so long. Michael Vick is a dog.
He can't.
But he didn't have a long career because of him abusing dogs. Jalen Hurts is overrated. I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah, he's only a running quarterback because of the tush
push. Other than that, he's not running back. Not the way Lamar Jackson is. Steve Young, sure you could throw in Steve Young. A little before its era.
He's the OG.
He's the OG. Yeah, I'm sure there was
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah, I like that comparison. McNabb, I think, wasn't as much of a runner, although he can run. He leaned more to pocket passing. I mean, I think people put the run stigma.
I've met the man.
Yeah,
I've asked him about it.
People put the
pocket passer.
Yeah, people put the running stigma because of his skin color because they're like, oh, you black? That means you could run. Like Dante Culpepper wasn't much.
Why'd you say it in a black voice?
I'm not a racist. Like people put Dante Culpepper. They like to give him that stigma, but he was much of a pocket passer too. He had Randy Moss on his fucking team. Like, come on, Randy Moss didn't have those historic seasons if he didn't have a pocket passing quarterback. Are you kidding me? Like, Michael Vick was the one who was like, this is a straight up mobile quarterback. And then it went on to obviously Cam Newton, and then now you have Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes.
Well, Cam was a motherfucker.
That's why it's hard to say. Lamar Jackson has the longevity, but in terms of peak, that 1 year that Cam Newton had,
than Cam
Newton was just absurd.
They had Luke Kuechly, Christian McCaffrey.
No, it was before McCaffrey. It was Jonathan.
No, 2015 was
Jonathan Stewart. McCaffrey was drafted the same year as Patrick Mahomes. That was 2017. I know. So in 2015, it was still Jonathan Stewart. However, Jonathan Stewart's a stud. He was an absolute stud. And then they had Ted Ginn Jr. I think as the receiver. Like the receivers weren't like phenomenal, but they were competent enough to win 15 games. They won fucking 15-1. That's ridiculous.
And they lost the last game of the.
Yeah, because they didn't need it. And then they fucking swept. Like, remember that was the year like the Cardinals made the NFC Championship. I'm sure you remember that, right? And they got smacked because I wanted the Cardinals to win that because I'm sure we were all rooting for the Cardinals. It was very disappointing. So that's why it was a bit satisfying to see Von Miller sack his ass every 5 plays in the Super Bowl. So
a wild start to a Super Bowl. Didn't Carolina get the safety to start on
something like that? Yeah, I remember just being dominant. All I remember is
I'm saying Carolina got the safety.
Oh, really? Honestly, I don't remember it too much because Peyton Manning was just such ass in that game. Like this is like being like a top 5 quarterback and playing so poorly.
Or was that against the Seahawks?
I don't remember. Fuck. But yeah, all I'm saying, NFL season starts tomorrow. I'm pissed. I am so pissed that Red Zone now has commercials because I think Red Zone was one of the greatest things that any type of like studio has ever come up with. And it's only something you can do with football. I don't know if you could do it with any other sport the way you did it with football. The way they were able to like go back to different games and stuff and like you could play this live and play a highlight of another team and just always have something running no matter what.
Red Zone?
Red Zone was so beautiful. I don't know. That's how I was watching football last year, and it was amazing.
Well, like, I don't know if you remember the first time I ever watched the NBA's attempt at that. I was at your house.
It was terrible.
Well, see, it was funny. Like, they would have terrible sections, and then they would have like a burst of like where one guy would be talking. They'd just show a game, like a intense bit. See, the thing is, it works in 30-second bits. Where like I don't know if NBA works like that.
No,
all the time.
No, it doesn't.
To show like, cause like that's how long a good play lasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though like there's
football just it works perfectly because of the pauses in between each play, and I think having that pause going to another game where they start the game, and even if it's not directly live, you could time it to where you have a cohesive like run where you're constantly just watching football. I don't know, they just perfected it, and now they're having commercials. It defeats the purpose. I'm sure Red Zone is still gonna be. I think we're kind of it's kind of being a little overblown because I think they're still gonna have that, but the whole point was no commercials. That was like the beautiful thing. Like you could watch it straight up until halftime.
Free football,
and you're paying like an extra $50 to $100 for this package too. It's not like it's cheap, and like so you're paying for commercial free. So that's and then like now you have to pay with commercials. It kind of really.
ESPN bought NFL Network, so that's why it's.
And ESPN also. I know it wasn't ESPN. Was it ESPN that bought TNT or was it NBC? I think it was NBC.
I didn't know a TNT sale happened.
Yeah, that's why Inside the NBA is no longer on TNT. It's ESPN. It's ESPN. So ESPN just fucking ESPN is also a subsidiary of Disney. So Disney just loves buying other networks and making them its bitch and not giving them the respect they deserve. That's why Charles Barkley is upset with the situation because he doesn't think that they're going to give him they're going to give Inside the NBA the freedom.
TNT didn't sell to ESPN. They lost exclusive broadcasting NBA rights to ESPN.
Oh.
ESPN bought out. The contract ended in 2025 or whatever.
Yes, that's why they were always saying like
outbid TNT.
They're all saying Inside the NBA, like what's gonna happen with Inside the NBA, like
because
Shaq.
They knew ESPN or whoever.
Yeah, and now they're on ESPN.
Well, ESPN, NBC, and Amazon teamed up to outbid TNT.
That's gross. That's disgusting. And if you look at the schedule, there's a lot of games that are going to be posted on Peacock. The NBA's a mess right now.
It's fucked.
NBA's a mess. It's
what was TNT ruining it? What happened to brand loyalty? What happened to the NBA saying, "Hey, this brand that has been covering our sports for the last 20
longer
30 something 30 40 years
30 40 years
almost.
Almost
Such a loyal fucking impactful, such an important part of your brand, and you're just going to let someone outbid you?"
Oh, it's disgusting.
I guess.
You know why? Because it's because NBA is making so much
dollars.
fucking money that they don't care. They don't care. No matter what happens, no matter if the viewership goes down, no matter if the injury, they're still getting paid. So at the end of the day, they win. The only people who lose are the fans. And I think there's going to be we're kind of already experiencing a dark period in the NBA. Like the NBA is kind of we've been experiencing, I think, since COVID. Because I think it peaked with LeBron and Steph. I think people were tuning in to watch LeBron and Steph. After that, I think there's just been a dip in viewership, a dip in interest. I think Adam Silver has done a terrible job in branding the league. And I don't know. I just don't.
We're giving cuts to fucking China, and
yeah,
we're getting more money from China, I guess, than the U.S.
Yeah, that is true, but still, there's a certain way to do it. No matter what you think about David Stern might have a controversial way of dealing with things, almost like a dictatorship approach. But he knows how to bring in the business. He knows how to bring up the league, and it's been constantly proven with every decision he makes, from his globalization with the Olympics to bring it to an international like the Dream Team. The way he marketed Michael Jordan, the way he handled a lot of like some of the controversial moments. Like David Stern just knew how to bring his league up, and it wouldn't be where it was without his genius behind it. So
people respected him.
People respect. They may not like him. You got a lot of David Stern haters, and you got a lot of people that thinks he's like a borderline dictator type like commissioner. But he has he had his heart in the right place. People might think he's a bit greedy, but he knew how to market the league into a way to make it accessible for everyone, and that's why the league became so as popular. It'll never reach the NFL. I don't think we'll ever see. Maybe internationally it has, but like in terms of the U.S. market, at least, there's no way it's going to touch the NFL market.
Can I tell you why the NFL blew up to the the reason it did.
Why?
Is because college football blew up to such a degree that people needed to follow these storylines into the NFL.
You think
like they saw Cam Newton at Auburn. That's one of the greatest. That's one of the greatest. I don't think that's
recent because football has been popular since like the 2000s, 90s. You think it recently is more popular than it was back then? Yeah.
Oh,
and you think a lot of it had to do with the collegiate level?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think just these immaculate stories, like Auburn.
Johnny Manziel's like stories people were tuning in to watch Johnny Manziel. Like even the bus people like.
It's always been this. Like college for a long time had been propping up the NFL, and now the NFL is at a point where it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter what really happens in the college. Like the NFL still has its storyline, still has its things. But for a long time, no, like, oh, Reggie Bush graduated from college.
Reggie Bush's story.
Reggie Bush
that's actually
in the NFL, or like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone's following these storylines from college.
Tim Tebow.
All of it. The NFL has been propped up from college sports for the last 50-something goddamn years.
I agree. Yeah,
people following these storylines from college to the pros. But now, like, no, like you get Bucky Irvings.
You get no names coming out of nowhere. How about Tom Brady? What about Tom Brady? He came out of nowhere and then became like
he still went to a big school, but still.
He was a backup, was he not? I don't know if he really was.
I think he did start.
He did start? Okay.
At one point.
Okay. So he was another college storyline. Because
no, not like that, though.
Not like that. Because he was a 6th-rounder. Like, if he was a college storyline, he would be a top pick, but no one gave a fuck about Tom Brady. His NFL storyline, I think he brought up the NFL in a lot of ways, too. Because his storyline, and then to see...
Of course. The Bill and Tom thing, like, also helped transcend it. Like, but forever up... Before that, like, the league was propped up from college players having immaculate storylines and going into the NFL.
Like John Elway's college career, everyone was tuning in. Fucking Joe Montana, didn't he go to? It's either Cal or Stanford. I don't remember which one.
He's there, I believe.
Yeah, I think his storyline was crazy. Dan Marino's story in college. Like, yeah, you're right. A lot of these college storylines were like college was such a massive part in sports.
Even specifically NFL, just like propping up like the storylines coming in. Whereas I'm sure that it's still a huge narrative. Don't get me wrong. Like Shadur Sanders was a huge fucking narrative.
He was getting more attention than any draft above him. Isn't that crazy? Like no one gave a fuck about who was getting drafted. Ward. No one gives a fuck about Cam Ward. They were like,
"Oh, he's immaculate." Do you like the stories I hear from? Yeah, like. He's been in the building since like he was drafted, and like he's the first one there, first one to take accountability, first like he's buying in, and it sounds like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like his team's buying in too to him. Like they're fucking like, yeah.
Who's his wide receiver one? Calvin Ridley.
Who I don't care. Like, but when there's buy-in in a team,
their talent on that team's trash, dude.
No, listen to me real quick. When there's buy-in on a team, when you're at the NFL level, guys are good enough that like buy-in alone can motivate a guy that would be a fifth stringer on a good team to a fucking number 2 on a good team. Like there's just something about like aura, momentum that analytics does not calculate. That there is something to that. Like we fucking believe in this guy, and it gets that little extra ounce out of something. That's why Tom Brady was always in it, because everyone knew like, oh, we have Tom Brady.
But he was back up to Drew Bledsoe in his first couple years.
Who cares?
People were thinking they thought was an umpire.
Aura attitude is the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, you're right.
Has an influence in how your team responds. Like your defense guy, like, oh, we have Tom Brady. Like if we make a play, we have Tom Brady.
Think about it.
But I think Cam Ward has that aura bringing to this team. Like, hey, like he might not be the most polished, might not throw for the most, might make some mistakes, but goddamn, I think his team is buying into him, and he's buying into them, and I really think there's like something there.
Best Tennessee quarterback since Vince Young.
Yeah, I didn't hear fucking camp reports about Will Levis or the guy before him, but I'm hearing it about
Tannehill was all right.
I'm hearing about Cam Ward.
Yeah,
I'm hearing that he's in the building earlier than everyone. motivating everyone. Fucking there, like guys
already taking a leadership
not being
role.
hokey. Yeah, he's a captain. Mm-hmm. The first rookie captain.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He was lettered a captain.
Or is that a testament to how bad Tennessee is?
No. See, I guess you could look at it glass half empty. Yeah. Or if you've been following the storyline, yeah, sounds like he earned that fucking captain role with how much he's been in the building, trying to earn his teammates' respect. It sounds like he's trying to get that captain role, and good, they gave it to him. Mm-hmm. Like that's my attitude. I'm sure you can say like,
you drafted
what
him,
a terrible
right?
team.
You drafted him
last pick.
Honestly, what a steal!
But hey,
what a steal!
Hey,
that's the number one overall pick.
Could be someone is clamoring for. Mm-hmm. I could have 30 points wasted on the bench every week.
Who knows? So yeah, that's a bit of sports talk. I think we're good there. I think we're gonna transition. We're gonna transition to we're gonna do an album review again. We're gonna keep doing album reviews. We're just gonna talk about one album today, and the album we chose was 2001's Discovery by this group named Daft Punk.
Daft Punk. You might have heard of them.
You might have heard of them. And I am just gonna let you go from here.
Hell yeah. Well, Discovery was their second album.
When did you discover Discovery?
I was in middle school for sure.
Okay.
So that would have been 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
2013.
I'll tell you this. I didn't listen to Discovery. I knew Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger through Kanye, but it really was Get Lucky. It really was a Random Access Memories.
When you first heard of
Daft Punk?
Really recognized Daft Punk.
Yes.
So like, yeah, I'd have my ear on it. Like I've listened to a lot of music throughout my life. Like I have a few like classic rock from my dad, one of my best friends throughout school. I had like introduced me to ska with Sublime.
That's another album we need to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
I want to talk about 40 Ounces of Freedom.
You like that one? Well, I mean, the Sublime one is pretty good.
Or
too.
Robin.
We'll talk about it another time. Continue.
Anyways, that Beastie Boys, kind of like that 90s era, even into the grunge kind of influence there. And then in middle school, one of my best buds had Ableton, was kind of like a producer in his own right, and kind of introduced me to this whole, like, fell in love with Deadmau5, Daft Punk, like kind of like fully fell head over heels into electronic music. And that's when I first discovered Discovery.
So Daft Punk is one of the first you discovered in
of course.
In EDM. Okay.
Yeah.
Before EDM was even called EDM. Yeah.
Well, like, I want to kind of get into that real quick, if you'll let me belabor the point, audience, is we as Americans refer to electronic music as EDM because it says electronic dance music. But EDM is specifically a genre. Like, the Europeans have been belaboring this point with us Americans forever, that EDM was a genre that came to be in, like, the 2010s. And maybe that's when Americans first started seeing that genre popping up on their Sirius radio of like EDM as the genre, and thinking like, oh, that's their rock or whatever. But it's a specific genre. And that's my 2 cents on EDM versus electronic music. I call house music, dubstep, even EDM, they're all electronic music, but they're not all EDM. EDM is specific
subgenre.
Okay. Anyways, so Daft Punk, I came across them in middle school. Their sophomore album, Discovery, hailed as one of their greatest albums, for sure. It has by far their most popular song, One More Time, is the intro song. And I'm sure, and I've heard your take on it. It's definitely like transcended their group, their genre. It's like a pop song.
I think it's one of the greatest. I think it's one of the greatest songs ever, barring any genre. Personally, it's overplayed, but there's like songs that are overplayed for a reason.
For a reason,
yeah. There's a reason why it's overplayed, because it's really damn
I agree
good.
with that.
My favorite part of that song is when it like the slow down part, like the breakdown where he's like, oh, we can't stop, like that part, and then it goes in, music's got me feeling so free, one more, and then it goes music. Oh man, that part
And then that bass line
gives me goosebumps, man. Gives me goosebumps, and I still listen to that. It gives me goosebumps. Like, oh my god, the sampling on this album is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I don't know. One of my takes is that hip hop and house are cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They both started in Chicago, based off the sampling.
Not hip hop started in New York, but like black neighborhoods. They both started in black neighborhoods, definitely.
Yeah, well, they say house started in Chicago.
House started in Chicago. Hip hop started in Bronx. That's true. New York block parties, like that's how they brought turntables out in these block parties, and people started dancing on the cardboard. That's how the birth of hip hop, you know. So
Yeah, it's all spawning. They're cousins.
they're cousins.
They both come from the
Well,
turntables.
Cousins don't have to be from the same area. Cousins can
Yeah.
be from far apart.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
and they both come from the turntables.
yep. Samples.
Sample, spinning.
Yeah. Old records.
But I kind of want like, I'm interested in diving into this. Like, I'm kind of like taking homage to this because like I know this album like the back of my hand, and I'm
Like Daft Hands.
like Daft Hands. I don't know if you know that.
Better. That one of the first viral videos I've ever seen. That's historic and
Off of Homework, which I think
that's not homework. That's still Discovery. That's old. Farther, better, faster, stronger. That's
yeah.
That's still Discovery. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Technologic, which I think
That's
is more
Human After All.
Human After All, which
Yeah.
I think is more influential than.
Well,
all
we'll
the
get
albums.
into that. But anyway, continue on this album.
Okay, but like, I don't know. I know this album like the back of my hand, so I feel like I'm kind of like taking the lead on this one, and I'm like super interested to hear like, kind of like what you think about the album. I kind of came into this thinking it's a very back heavy album, meaning a lot of the better songs are on the back half, but two or maybe three of the most iconic songs from Daft Punk are on the front half of the album. So like it's an interesting dichotomy where like I think some of the best songs from Daft Punk are on the back end of the album, but their most recognizable songs are on the front half. So it's like this weird.
What genre would you describe this album?
It's electronic music.
Like at the broadest term, like French House is what I hear. No.
Yeah, French House for sure. Like that's kind of like with aerodynamic, like with a lot of like. Yeah, French House, sure. But like I hear a lot of like their influences too of like pop.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of like R&B,
Yeah, definitely.
rock and roll.
A little bit.
Holy
Not
moly.
as much, but a little bit.
That guitar solo on fuck. Why am I blanking? Anyways, the sampling, like just showing like their expertise of sampling, and like I think some of the most beautiful songs they've ever written are on this album, like Virtus Quo, like my idea of that. We'll get into that. Let's go song by song. How about that?
Absolutely.
Let's have some
We didn't do
structure
that
here.
previously, but I don't know. I've seen other viewers do that. It's a hit or miss, but if that's how you can best describe the album, let's go ahead and do that.
Well, let's just speed through it. Like, so
Okay.
there's one more time.
Iconic.
Iconic. We both agree.
It's overplayed. Yeah, objectively overplayed for a reason. I still listen to that song like on my own time. That was one of the songs I added. I'm like, this song is amazing. I'm still gonna listen to this song one more time. Like, what a fucking chorus. Like, what a the build up to that's like the layering and styles. It was kind of like the first time I've ever heard like, oh, there's the sample, then the drums, and then it just kept layering, and then like once you hit the full like all the instruments together, it was just this beautiful like, yeah,
That's house music, baby.
yeah, I know.
Oh,
So yeah, what an intro.
what about aerodynamic?
Aerodynamic is good. It wasn't great. Here's where I'm gonna start. Like, what's the appeal of house music? I know it sounds like a dumb question, but what's the appeal of house music?
It's a groove, like it's like something to the degree of sampling. It's like there's something like super appealing about this little snippet. And like if you can appreciate that little snippet, I think you can really appreciate the whole song too.
Yeah. Because it is repetitive, and I don't think that's like a criticism or anything. That's just a fact.
Yes.
A lot of this, and I think that takes
a lot of music is repetitive.
I know, I understand that, and I'm not using repetitive as a criticism. I'm just saying a lot of the songs it's repetitive, and like they go on for a pretty long time. So like when you get the sound of the song and it just keeps going, you're like, okay, I get it. Now I got to hear it for like 5 more minutes. And there's songs that don't work. Like what's that song that we don't like? Go back. Crescendos. That's a song where I'm like, what the hell is this? And it just kept going, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
So the name ties into what the song is trying to do.
Okay.
Do you know what a crescendo is?
Explain it to me.
Crescendo is where it's like building up to something.
Okay.
And crescendo is in there, and then they just add the LLS, like crescendos.
Doesn't that kind of add to my theory with Too Long? It's called Too Long. The fact that it's a 9-10 minute
Yeah,
song.
they do play with the names, and like the whole every single sample in it is a crescendo as well. Like I don't know if you pay attention. Like every single thing, like the is like everything is crescendoing.
I didn't pay attention. I just got annoyed by the song. Personally.
It is annoying, but if you know, like if you understand, like it's everything in the song is crescendo. It kind of makes sense what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Like if you get like everything is a crescendo, then you kind of get like everything is a crescendo.
And yeah, you're right. A lot of music is repetitive, but there's a repetitive that's I'm okay with it being repetitive. And there's a repetitive that it gets annoying.
There's no payoff. Normally, a crescendo has a payoff.
Yeah.
But the whole song is a crescendo, so it's just like leading you on this.
And then it's just like leaving you empty. Yeah.
There's no payoff.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? It's just like.
But going down let's go back.
Building up to nothing.
Yeah. Let's go back to the track list. Digital Love. I fucking love that song. No pun intended. I really, really like that song. I love the vocals in the beginning. It's very charmingly like romantic, but a little quirky and weird and dorky.
I fuck with those vocals and love songs.
And
that
time. Ending part, I can listen to that shit all day long. That shit's so good. Like
with the good rock influence, I'm saying there is like
you're right.
Guitar solo.
I can hear the rock
influence.
That's
not a sample. Like that's someone recorded that guitar line. Mm-hmm. Like. Harder, better, faster, stronger. I think enough said there.
Enough said. But like, I think as a hip hop fan, you gotta mention the Kanye Stronger. I think that song got overplayed, the Stronger song, and I think a lot of it had to do with obviously they overplay, but Stronger. The fact that Daft Punk worked on that song is kind of incredible. The fact that. Like, how many times, like, samples and artists sampling, like, there's so many, like, legal battles going on with samples and shit and, like, clearance. The fact that the sample helped the artist make the song.
And Daft Punk was there at the beat of the hat, ready to fucking work.
Yeah, and the fact that they didn't, like, say, like, oh, you're stealing our sound. They wanted to, like, help help build the sound with Kanye.
Well, before Kanye made that song, they worked with Slum Village.
I didn't know that.
And made a whole Slum Village, and Jay Dilla made a whole Daft Punk.
I gotta check that out.
Oh my god, it's so nasty.
Really?
Yeah. So like they have been working with hip hop for a long time. But they respect the futuring of music and the sound of music. Like Daft Punk, they're not fucking getting tied up in fucking legal battles. Who cares if they?
And that's why hip hop, and that's why that song is great, because like it from a pop perspective, it is too wildly like you wouldn't expect to go together. But like the more you think about it, yeah, they do. They are essentially cousins, and they go together beautifully. Like in hip hop, it's weird for an electronic like artist. Like hip hop didn't take electronic music seriously. They're very traditional. They want to stick to traditional sounding music. So hearing like Daft Punk, like Kanye, like how quote unquote experimental that is, like which nowadays it looks kind of ridiculous because everyone does that. But like at the time, it was just super like unique. The fact that was a multi-platinum selling #1 hit record, kind of just like I don't know. It's just a beautiful like. That's a beautiful thing in music,
Yeah, the whole Dilla remixes this album, actually.
I got to check that out. That'll be cool.
The aerodynamic one is probably my favorite. Mm-hmm. And probably Kanye got some inspo from the Harder, Better, Faster one, too, they did.
Of course. Because Kanye's one of his biggest inspirations is easily Dilla. Like,
and the fact that he already worked with fucking Daft Punk and probably, like, envy that a little bit.
I could totally see, like, some sort of like connection with that. Like that definitely, you could totally see like maybe that was how he was introduced to Kanye.
Because Dilla made fucking Daft Punk beats. I can't wait to show that to you. I think that'll be pretty cool. Done.
Let's go back.
Night Vision. I think it's an interlude. It's like 1:44. I think it should be a 5-minute fucking song. Like
it's a very like softer song, almost like
it's an interlude.
Like I describe it as like ambient music. Like it's almost ambient in a way. It's not really like
briny,
it's not in your face, you know. It's very like airy, you know. And I can appreciate that. I think that's beautiful.
And then it goes into Superhuman. So it's,
I don't like
it's sandwiched by two of the worst songs on the album.
So you agree with me that those are the two worst songs?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't like Superheroes because that one vocal sample, it just goes on for like 5 minutes straight. That's the repetition.
That's Barry Manilow for you.
Hey. Copacabana's the shit. Okay, don't fuck with Copacabana.
But that's the vocal sample is from Barry Manilow.
Okay, I didn't know that. But that vocal sample, that's my problem with house music. That like, sure, like a lot of it is like repetition, and repetition can be a beautiful thing if it's a good thing to replicate. But I don't know. There's been a lot of instances where I hear the repetition, and like that song, for example, that repetition gets really annoying.
Whereas too long is that repetition.
Well, we'll get there in a sec. But you brought up something like that puts things in a different perspective. Put that song in a rave. Put that song in a stadium. I might think of that song pretty differently.
Yes, if you're live there,
if
time goes
got
faster.
A couple drinks, if I've got some stuff in
the
me,
repetition might not sink in that it's that repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're also getting other stimuli around you, people talking, whatever. Like it might not like. When you're just sitting there in your car or your house, just like listening to a song, you hear every single fucking note. So then it definitely gets. But like, if you're picking up every 4/5 of every sound going on, you know, or even like 3/5 of every sound going on, like it might not sound as repetitive live.
Yeah.
And maybe like those were songs that were hits live that were like, this needs to be on the album kind of shit. But I digress. So maybe it's kind of a timepiece. Like, yeah, those songs slapped live at the time, and like they felt like they needed to put it on there just for the live fans. But like the best songs of the album are the next 9 through 14. After.
Well, what are your thoughts on High Life? It's good. It's not. It wasn't a standout for me. It was just it was just a good song. Like, and that was kind of my problem. It was kind of hard to like. That's the thing with house. House is not necessarily the most memorable genre, and maybe that's my opinion, because it does all kind of like that's why the transitions are so good, because you could transition to one house song into another, and you won't even notice, right? So like when I hear like a song like High Life, I don't really remember that song that much. It wasn't as annoying. It was just kind of like good background music, and that's the thing with house. I think house is amazing background music. For music, at least for me personally, I love having this song album in the background, just kind of like half paying attention. I could enjoy it for that, but just listening it to like from it like directly, I don't know. That's where I kind of have my disconnect, because I'm like, I the repetition can get in my head, and sometimes I could get a little bit bored of the repetition. But then it gets to a song like Something About Us, and that is one of the best Daft Punk songs I've ever heard. That song is absolutely immaculate. And a lot of it has to do with it's not an EDM song. It's almost an R&B track. It's almost like a smooth like electronic R&B.
I think of it as like a French love song.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Like if you just take away the robotic noise of the song, like if you just imagine a French guy singing it, it all makes sense.
But I love the robotic voice in it. I think
people
it's beautiful.
hate that for some reason.
That actually blows my mind, because I think that's something part of the Daft Punk charm. That's part of the Daft Punk charm. It is the robotic voice. That's kind of like, I wouldn't call it a gimmick, but this is the first album with that helmet. They didn't have the helmets in Homework, right? The helmets didn't start being introduced until this album. Yeah, that's where all the shows.
I think that was Falcon's idea.
Brilliant idea, honestly.
But look at his last name. No wonder I call him Falcon.
The
Home Cristo.
Yeah, what the fuck?
The Home Cristo.
But you're right. Once this song hits, every song becomes a Voyager. What a fucking banger. Like, that's just like great, like Like,
see, you don't even like house music.
yeah,
and
but
you like
I can,
that song.
that's what
you
I
can
think.
appreciate.
Yeah,
it.
but this is a lot more accessible than your average house album. I think there's a lot of accessibility for this, and I think people who this is like EDM train. This is like house training wheels. Like, if you don't like house music and you're interested in getting house music, Discovery by Daft Punk is the album you should listen to. You can get the repetitiveness. I think you're going to get a lot of repetitiveness, but that comes with house music. But you get a lot of like.
Do you think this was the extra entendre that the new people that would get into house music would be discovering?
My mind's blown right now because you're probably right. You're honestly right. There's so much meta in this album. Like, yeah.
Voyager, Vertus Quo.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, harder, better, faster, stronger. You notice it. It literally, as the song goes, it gets harder, better, faster, stronger. Like, that's a meta. The fact that it's called One More Time, they keep saying one more time as if like they're doing it 10 more times. Like, what the? You know what I mean? Digital love. They're talking. It's a love song with a robotic voice.
Vertus Quo either means where are you going or to what purpose.
And this is your favorite.
Oh, by far. The
By
next
far.
song on the track after Voyager.
Why do you like this song so much? Because I honestly think
there's no vocals.
I think this is one of the weaker songs.
What I like to think about it is like the song is always playing in the universe, no matter what time is existing. This looping, beautiful organ over a soft drum is always happening, and we just happen to tune into it.
Wow.
Piece by piece, like it's always going on, and we just like have an access or window into that channel of our universe. I don't know. It's just such a fucking beautiful song. It's just like it's tranquil. Like I've never heard like
it's
such a
it's
full
chill.
song.
It's chill. It's not
chill.
in your face. It's not in your face the way.
No, not at all. But it fills the mix in such a way that just like I just feel such at ease. It's like such a calming, beautiful song. And it's to a kick drum, which I think is unique to a lot of the most beautiful songs I think of. Especially when I first came across it. Like, I'd been exposed to the Beatles, the Stones, some of the greatest music of all time, and then I hear like a song like that, and I'm like, I kind of want to put it up there. Right. You know?
For real. For real.
Then Short Circuit right after. Another great sample. Like,
don't really remember it.
You know, not the most memorable song, but like definitely like since you love sampling, that's another one to dive into on the sampling. And then we go into the final two tracks, which are 14 minutes together, which is like almost
Dude, I didn't know that was the Fragments of Time guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was on
Todd
that song.
Edwards.
I didn't know he was on that song. It doesn't say on the track list, so that's why I'm
yeah,
like...
he's a garage house. So, like, that's kind of like garage house essence. Like, Todd Edwards had been... Like, they hadn't worked together since that. So, it had been 14-something years.
So, the lyrics in that song, the meta lyrics in that song kind of like...
Even feedback to making songs back in the day.
Crazy, yeah. Dude, they're deep, bro. They're deep not in the lyrical sense. They're deep in, like, you got to, like, understand the history behind it and, like, understand the context between the music,
that's part of the songwriting is, like, why they wrote the song. And, like, the story gets out eventually.
And there's, like, what? I saw a YouTube video where it had, like, 10 samples going on at the same time or, like, 10. I don't know.
That's
was, like,
face-to-face.
Face-to-face is ridiculous with the amount of samples. And that's a dope song,
the whole
too.
song is samples. They're not, like, a single thing they wrote in it almost. It's almost all just linking a bajillion samples together to make a song, just like that Madeon pop culture thing I showed you. Like the guy is literally playing samples like a fucking piano.
Like a piano, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, and they're like obscure samples that I'm sure not a lot of people would know. I mean, maybe.
Well, a lot of them are pop.
Okay,
a lot of them.
Okay,
I would say were pop songs like "Hey Boy, Me Girl," or like I don't know. There's a ton in there. Even there's a couple Daft Punk ones in there.
Oh, they sampled themselves. I mean, that's pretty common practice, sampling yourself. But that's pretty cool, though. Too Long, I like the idea that it's called Too Long because and the song's 10 minutes, so it's literally too long. But that song is incredible, too. It's 10 minutes. Doesn't feel like 10 minutes. It feels like, I mean, it is repetitive, but I feel like there's like a beauty to like it kind of going on and like the lyrics. Several, yeah.
And like, I don't know, it kind of gets you into like why a long form repetitive thing works when you have the vocal and like things change at certain times. Like definitely this set, like a standard of dance music that people like strive for.
Yeah,
And
how influential is this album?
Very, very, very. Like even like when it was sampled at the time, like right after with Dilla. And I'd even say Human After All was more influential to current dance music than this album. Like with how many technologic remixes I've heard and I don't know. Like of course One More Time gets played at every single rave, but like I think this is their best album, right next to Ram.
Ram's my personal favorite, though.
Yeah, me too. But
the influence and like the fact that this is more representative of the Daft Punk sound, and this is the sound
where
that kind
they
of
came from.
The sound that brought him into like Random Access Memories is not much of like it's closer to a disco album than
it's
an
an
EDM
homage to all the music they loved. That's why it's such a cool concept album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So I think we should do a draft. Let's go ahead and draft this album. Are you ready to do that?
I'm down.
All right.
Let's do it.
Since I'm new to the album, you've been listening to it for all your life, I'm going to go first.
Of course.
I'm going to draft Something About Us.
Great pick. Because there's something between us. Anyway. It might not be the right time. But I'm going to take. No, give me one more time. I'm basic.
Damn it. I was hoping you'd take your song and I'll take One More Time. Damn it.
I almost did it.
That fucks up my list because I wanted One More Time. Damn it.
Almost
I should have took One More Time not first overall. I'll take Digital Love.
Nice. Give me Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
You're fucking up my list. What? You're fucking up my list. Oh. I'll take Face to Face.
Ah, you bastard. First one you took from me. Give me Too Long.
Man, why are you? I don't expect. That was literally on my next one. That's ridiculous.
Too long.
I gotta think. I'll take Aerodynamic.
Too long.
Wait, hold up. Shh. I'll take Aerodynamic.
All right, he takes Aerodynamic. That's tough. That leaves me with not too much. I'll take Vertisquo.
And I'll take Voyager.
That's
a good. This is honestly competitive. I don't know who has the. I mean, you have the hits, but I have a lot of the good deep cuts.
You do.
Yeah. So that'll be a fun one. We'll see who wins that one. And this time I'll put a poll for it.
And then we have one more each, or are we just doing 8?
No, we did 6. We did 4, 5 each already.
No, we didn't. I wrote them all down.
What's your 5th song?
Wait. Am I wrong?
I did Something About Us, Digital Love, Face to Face, Aerodynamic, Voyager. Now it's your turn.
You didn't get Face to Face in there.
Yes, I did.
When did you?
Yeah, I did. I did Face to Face right after Digital Love. I wrote it down specifically.
Oh, so I get my.
You have one more pick.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I missed that. No, that's on me. I missed you saying Face to Face. Face to Face. I'm gonna take a unique poll of Night Vision.
Yeah, the interlude, but that's a really amazing interlude. So, wow, yeah, no, this is gonna be a tough list. I don't know who's gonna come out on top. Most likely you, because you got One More Time. I mean, One More Time is pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, but I think Something About Us is the best song on the album.
I thought you said you liked Ventris Quo. Is that your favorite or?
That's my favorite.
Okay. You do believe there's a distinction between the best and favorite?
Yes.
Okay, I agree with that too. Because I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the best Kanye album, but College Dropout's my favorite. So I think that's the only example I could give.
Yeah.
This goes into a broader topic. I want to kind of segue into this. This is one of the greatest sophomore albums of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Because when an album has a successful debut, they go one of two ways. They can either top their second album or they make a very disappointing. They call it a sophomore slump. So I want to see if we could come up with some examples of some of the best sophomore albums they could come up with. You could do your research, but I'm gonna try to think of some off the top of my head.
Me too.
One that comes to mind is A Tribe Called Quest, A Low End Theory.
Low End Theory, of course.
Low End Theory is kind of hard to talk about because although it's a sophomore album, it was the first album to prominently use Phife Dawg. It was the first album because the first album, the one with Lucky Lucian or whatever that song, that album Lucian is really just Q-Tip. Like Q-Tip is that album. However, they do mention all the members and all the members make appearances in the album, but that is Q-Tip's baby. Like Q-Tip is the one who made that. Q-Tip is like the main guy for Low End Theory, but it kind of felt like they were more of a group. It felt like you felt the chemistry between everyone. Like even Ali Shahi Mohammed had his run, and then like that's where Midnight Marauders came in, and that definitely had like a more of a. So that was one of the first ones that come to mind. Do you have any sophomore albums?
Yeah, of course. Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah. Good Kid, Mad City is an easy one.
No one knows his first album, which shocks me.
It's interesting because Good Kid, Mad City is one of the greatest albums of all time in the mainstream era. But Section 80, well, it's his major label debut. That's why they call it a major label debut. The same way they call Eminem's Slim Shady LP a major label debut, even though he had Infinite before. So it's a little confusing because they start independent, then they sign to a major record, and then they release an album under a major record. So that's why it is a little confusing. That's why it's a little misleading. However, for Kendrick Lamar's sake, I think Section 80 is my favorite album of all, like one of my favorite albums ever. And I like Section 80 more than Good Kid, Mad City. It might be my favorite Kendrick album.
Agreed.
So, but you're right. The way he topped that album, Good Kid, Mad City, and
you know what's viewed as a sophomore slump that I don't think is?
What?
Pretty Odd.
Yeah, that is viewed as a sophomore slump. That is true.
At the Disco.
I
think that album is just as good.
Oh, I think it's better. It aged so much better. It's funny because I read some of the reviews of that album, and they said one of the most bizarre moves a rock band has made in the history of pop music. I'm like, really? This is like a safe album. I felt like it was very safe. I felt like
going from what they went from to that. Yeah, that is a safe move.
Emo was like really the more.
They weren't even emo. They were like this weird electronic. They weren't even a genre.
They were kind of like its own thing. Like
it was its own thing. Their first album was like so unique.
Yeah, but their second album's so much better. Do you agree? Like I think it's a lot better. It aged a lot better. Like Northern Downpour. When you show me that song, holy shit! I love That Green Gentleman. Their big hit, 9 in the Afternoon. What a phenomenal track! Sounds you're Beatles-esque, very Beatles-esque. I think it was Reed who brought that up. I'm like, yeah, I hear a lot of the Beatles. I hear like dun dun dun. Well, I hear more Mr. Blue Sky. But Mr. Blue Sky by ELO is a very Beatles-esque song anyway.
Day in the Life still has that cadence.
Yeah. Very like whimsical, but like they have the pianos and shit. So yeah, no, that's a great answer. Honestly, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't pick that. Are you familiar with Meteora by Linkin Park, or is that kind of little with Numb and Faint and?
Yeah, that was their second album.
Yeah,
it's kind of a slump, no?
See, I think it was better than their first album.
Really?
Because that song, that Breaking the Habit was fire. Dookie is a fucking second album.
Yeah,
Dookie's a great one.
Great sophomore album.
Great sophomore album, yeah.
So you're saying Reanimation?
No, Meteora. That's their second album.
Linkin Park?
Yeah.
I thought Hybrid Theory is their first.
But Hybrid Theory is their first. But their second album was Meteora.
No, that's like their third, no?
No, it's not. Because Reanimation's a remix album. Look, second studio album, Meteora. This had Numb, Faint, Somewhere I Belong was a banger.
Yeah.
I will admit it is more of the same. And I wouldn't say it's like, you can make an argument that Hybrid Theory is probably better. But I don't know. I fucking.
Oh yeah, Numb's off that album.
I listened to the shit out of this album. growing up. Points of Authority.
Minutes to Midnight's my favorite album.
I like that take. I really like that take. I remember when that album first came out, bro.
People hate that
I
album.
pre-ordered that album on iTunes. Like,
People
I remember
hate that shit.
Well, it's because of maybe the Transformer shit. Like, what I've done was on Transformers. But Hands Held High was a banger.
Bleed It Out.
Bleed It Out. Take It Deeper.
Hands Held High is like, I love that song.
It's so good. Like, it's beautiful.
Like about 9/11 and
it's about
I like the dichotomy of like a little boy who in an Afghan and a little boy in America and
like it's not it gives the perspective. Not everything's black and white. You know.
Yeah, and I love
like
that.
There's like you got to think of the other side of things. You can't just think of your own perspective.
Which our government at the time want us to think.
I mean, that's part of the propaganda. I mean, just like back in the 40s.
Gotta fuck them fucking Afghanis up.
Just like in the
Turn Baghdad and Baghdad.
Bro, just like in the 50s and 60s, you gotta view fucking communism as like the evil, but you're not seeing their perspective of things.
Yeah.
Like in the 40s.
Like Sting, even the Russians have children too.
Yeah, like in the 40s, like fucking the Japanese were viewed as these evil. Do you have to use the bathroom?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll get back into it. All right, and we're back. So while we're on break, I looked up a list of some sophomore albums. I'm gonna throw out some basic ones. Late Registration, Kanye West. I mean, I just don't like talking about Kanye because he's just too. It's been done to death, and he's a Nazi. I mean, what is there to talk about? Here's another one I'm gonna throw out. 21 by Adele.
Oh my god!
Because
that might be the greatest sophomore album.
That is a good answer, honestly, because of what that did to her career, and like all those songs are like also international fucking hits. Unique. Yeah. How many?
No. How many people
I mean, a lot of
sold albums like Adele is as a pop star?
No. She's not like the prettiest woman. I mean, she's pretty, but no. What I'm saying is like she didn't need the image. Like she had the most powerful voice. She had the most
best songwriting. She's everything Taylor Swift wants to be.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that. She's everything Taylor Swift she wants to be, and she's outclassed every single pop star in the 2010s. As far as I'm concerned, maybe I like Bruno Mars maybe more personally because I listen to Bruno Mars more.
Just rambled up he's too much of an addict, dude.
I don't know if that's gonna hinder his career because I think his addiction he's made some of his best music through his coke addiction.
Yeah, fair. He knows MGM like
but that is a good. But like some of my favorite songs, like I'll Be Waiting, like some of the deep cuts on that album were so good. Take It All, oh man, I can listen to Take It All. That's such a beautiful song. And then the hits. Rumor Has It, fucking Someone Like You, and then you have obviously Rolling in the Deep.
I'd argue the whole album is a hit.
I don't know. Do you like their that cover love song? I prefer The Cure better than that song, but they did a good rendition.
That is the weakest song.
But I don't think it's a bad song. Yeah, I do like The Cure better because she's done better covers before. Like Make Me Feel My Love, that Bob Dylan cover from the first one. Because, it made me go back to 19, and 19's a great album too. But no, 21's really good. And then 25, holy shit, 20, like her discography for a pop star is ridiculous. Like it's really good. Is it like groundbreaking?
She's had her theme the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I love it.
Age.
Yeah. But she wasn't 21. She released it. She was like 24. That's why it's crazy. She's like doing it from a couple years behind.
Yeah.
But every album like is great, and it's just about like her at what she was going through in life, and like it's beautiful. She's engaged to Rich Paul. You know who Rich Paul is? Yeah, the fucking agent of LeBron. Ridiculous. She likes black guys, I guess. She should sing about that in their music.
Well, hey, Rich Paul's a man.
He is a man.
I listen to him on Pat. That motherfucker.
He's dope. No, he's smart. He's a smart motherfucker. Very smart.
And
great
been
business.
with LeBron since the start.
Yeah. Clutch Sports, absolutely. So yeah, I gotta respect him and her and Adele. I'm gonna go through a couple others. AT Aliens by Outkast. That's my personal, one of my personal favorite sophomore albums. 2001, Chronic 2001. Ooh. We're talking about, I mean, you said Adele. I might say Karate 2000.
That might be up there.
That might be up there, too. That's an excellent. That album is so iconic, so overplayed. Like,
but the best songs are the ones
deep
that
cuts.
aren't. Explosive
Is the best song in the album. Like, that's the best song in the album. Let's Get High is a great one. Watcher, fucking Murder Inc. Dude, every song. Act Right. Oh, bro, I could go on about that album. I grew up on that album. What's the difference? Like, this is the introduction to Eminem for a lot of black folks. Like, I think a lot of hip-hop respected Eminem a lot more, or like took him seriously because of how much he stuck out in 2001. I don't think people really understood him because, like, sure, he had the Dr. Dre co-sign, but, like, I don't know, like, as a, being a black-dominated genre, when a white artist comes in, people will have their skepticism. But once they see, like, how talented he is.
He also came at it he never was trying to, like, step on anyone. He grew up in that shit.
Yeah,
like
he embraced the white, like he would talk about him being white all the time, obviously, but like
because he knew that was a thing,
and him being like because he's so unhinged at the time, he was so just like crazy. He was honestly more like, you can make an argument he was more dangerous than a lot of these thug rappers. Like, people were scared of him than a lot of, because he was saying a lot of disturbing things. He was one of the main guys to really popularize the horrorcore genre, like really saying a lot of disturbing stuff. So like Eminem, honestly, on 2001 was kind of like his coming out party in a way. Even though that album came after Slim Shady LP, I feel like people went back once this album came out because Dr. Dre is like the biggest thing. So that's up there. Back to Black, Amy Winehouse. Oh God, dude, these sophomore albums are crazy, bro. That's another album we need to get into. Like that's an album. Like, talk about retro soul. Like, I know Adele has done it, but I think Amy Winehouse does it a little bit better because hers is a little more upbeat and a little more energetic in a way. I wouldn't say upbeat.
You think the mics picked up that thunder?
I heard it. But Back to Black is fucking excellent. I mean, I could talk about that album. Like she's like singing about going to rehab, and like she was very mentally disturbed at the time. She was definitely going through a lot, and it was kind of like, it is a disturbing album when you look about what eventually happened. But goddamn, some of the best music of the 2000s came out. And
I love that you need this like producer that's like willing to like it's always like this like clean cut mixed with
it's old with new
craziness. Well, no, even the producer on it was a new guy. But I'm just saying, like, this like
Mark Ronson, by the way, which is crazy to say new because he's like a superstar now.
No, was it Mark Ronson or?
Now you got me. I'm pretty sure it was Mark Ronson. Yep, Mark Ronson is the main producer, else? And Salam Remy, which I've heard.
Salam Remy is who I'm thinking of and referring to.
Yeah. He worked with a lot of rappers, a lot of
dance music. Was a DJ, I believe. Mark Ronson has a stain on his little.
In what way?
Didn't he work on Blurred Lines? Wasn't he that guy?
No, that was Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke definitely has a stain on his career.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ronson
Mark.
was Uptown Funk, which kind of goes along with him being the retro artist. Like, if you want to make a retro like funky song, you go to Mark Ronson. And yeah, like Back to Black's more soul, but like goddamn, like Amy Winehouse has one of the most powerful vocals I've ever heard, and like her music is so like, I don't know, I could listen to that album forever. The Bends, Radiohead, is a sophomore album. Good. I'm not a Radiohead guy.
There are better.
My personal favorite, What's the Story, Morning Glory, Oasis. I fucking love that album. Honestly, that's probably my favorite sophomore album, come to think of it. Although, yeah, 2001 definitely. If we're going to agree on one, Led Zeppelin 2. Whole Lot of Love, Living,
I was
going to
bring that up.
Dude.
I was going to say
Dude, there's so many good sophomore albums here. I'm kind of like stunned. Well, they're calling Nevermind a sophomore album, which technically it is, but that's a debut for a lot of artists. Like, a lot of people were introduced to Nirvana through Nevermind, personally. And I think that was the first one where they were like signed to a major
label.
Didn't
they have an album in '89 too?
You're right. Bleach. That was the one with like About a Girl, and I mean, yeah. Okay, we'll call it Nevermind. Sure, that's a sophomore album. Yeah, it's one of the greatest sophomore albums ever. Yeah. A little overrated, but I fuck with Nevermind. It's just I've heard it to death, and I've heard it talked about to death, And every time I see a list of the greatest albums of all time, that album is always like top 5, top 10. And then Smells Like Teen Spirit's always top 5, top 10 greatest songs of all time. And not even Kurt Cobain likes that song. So why would I call it? Like, there's so many better songs on that album. Like, and I even like In Utero, like a lot. Like, there's a lot of songs that In Utero I like.
In Utero is a way better album.
Do you agree with that? Yeah.
Then never mind.
I don't know if I agree with it, but I think like it gets understated because of how much they talk about Nevermind.
Heart-Shaped Box is on In Utero.
Yeah, right? That's a great song. What a song.
Best song.
Yeah. No, I personally think In Bloom is their best song. I love In Bloom or Come As You Are. Like Nevermind's a good album. It's just I think it got a little overstated.
Come As You Are could fit into every era.
It's beautiful,
like,
and I quote it.
Imagine the Stones doing "Come As You Are."
I think it would fit really well.
Like, I could just imagine some of the greatest bands of all time just like
it's a dope song.
Do that song.
It's a dope song. Really good.
It's such a well.
I think that song is more representative of the Nirvana sound than Smells Like Teen Spirit. Because it's like a little.
Or I think it more of them mastering the sound that they came from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I just think, "Come As You Are" is like, and imagine just any of your favorite rock bands of all time, they could have probably done it. Like, and I think that's a testament to how well written of a song it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though no one else has covered it from like that era,
mm-hmm.
I could just imagine fucking Jim Morrison doing "Come As You Are."
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, fucking like, dude, like, it's such a well written song that like I could just imagine,
mm-hmm.
like, and they do it justice too.
They do.
But it's hard to say they do justice if no one else is.
So after mentioning all these sophomore albums, you think Discovery is definitely going to be in that? Because Discovery's not on this list, which is crazy to me. Huh?
That's shocking.
That's shocking to me. You see, I don't think like these history, like these Rolling Stone magazines, I don't think they respect electronic music.
No.
They're very biased to rock, and lately they've been biased to hip hop. But like they never really respected electronic music. You're never gonna see
it's
a lot.
It's gonna come around. The
it
people
should come around.
that grew up listening to it, like my age,
our age,
give it 10 years.
Mm-hmm. They're still gonna put a lot of those like
you're gonna see Daft Punk plastered on the top 10, all of them.
Mm-hmm. This is an album I really want to talk about, but Elvis Costello. I really want to talk about Elvis Costello because he's another one of those artists that like throwback, like
no one
timeless.
Knows about from our age
and timeless as well. Everyone knows Allison.
No, not everyone.
Really?
I guarantee you. I know.
How about Pump It Up?
Song.
Pump It Up, or Radio. There's a lot of. I think.
I see. I'm there with you.
Like, those are awesome songs, bro.
They are, but I don't think people our age know them.
That pisses me off.
It does a little, doesn't it?
Because Elvis Costello is so dope, bro. He's so good.
I showed you my favorite cover of all time, or duet of all time.
Yeah,
him and Paul McCartney.
So Like Candy. Yeah, that. No, Elvis Costello, like his voice is so. I don't know. He's just so good, man. He's so good. We got to talk about Elvis Costello. That could be the next podcast because I listened to his album, his first album, My Aim Is True. Fucking great album. Well, it's Allison. That's a line from Allison. But the album is called My Aim Is True. But that fucking what a fucking no. Elvis Costello. We need to talk about.
Did he do a cover of Johnny Rock and Roll?
You're probably right. That's the thing. That's why I love him. Album? He's an artist from the late '70s. However, his music is reminiscent of like Buddy Holly or like some of the classic rock, like fucking old Beatles Vats Domino or like it's like throwback of a throwback. It kind of like I kind of like put it in the Dire Straits, but it's not Dire Straits because he's got this cool factor and like this like he has this cool like weird image of the glasses. Just like Buddy Holly. He literally looks like Buddy Holly, dude.
Watching the Detective.
That's a good song. What a song, dude. Dude, we got to talk about My Aim Is True. That's our next album. That's our next. That's such a good album, bro. I actually want to play that when we're done with this.
And I love that, like, the whole story of Allison, like, through the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I see you got a husband now.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that. Let me finish this off. Neil Young. We need to talk about Neil Young. He's very important. He dissed the South. He was dissing the South. That's what Sweet Home Alabama is about.
I think he was right. Fuck the South.
Fuck the South. I love it. Oh, that's so funny. Life After Death, Biggie. That's an easy.
What, Leonard Skinner?
Yeah. Oh, you don't like Leonard Skinner. I forgot.
I'd let a northern man put them down anytime.
He's not even he's Canadian. Come on. Fuck the king. Fuck
Yeah,
Canada.
I'd let a northern man. He's a northern man.
That's technically northern.
I'd
yeah.
let a northern man put him down anyhow.
Yeah. Last one I'm gonna mention. Well, It Takes a Nation of Millions, Public Enemy. That, of course, 80s hip hop doesn't age well.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Chuck D, great rapper, very 80s rapper.
Chuck D, yo, word up. That's a people in the stairs line.
Yeah.
Chuck D,
Well,
yo,
we need to
word
get
up.
because Chuck D praised them. Like I remember reading of how like they gave him credit for being like
Well, yeah,
really
that's
dope.
where that line comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck D, yo, word up.
Room on Fire, The Strokes. That's a phenomenal album. However, it's not as good as their original. They're one of those.
Joshua Tree was.
No, that was a third or fourth. I wish that was a second album because that'll be up there as one of the best.
And you know who produced that album?
Brian motherfucking Eno.
Goddamn right.
I think those are the major ones I got. I mean, you got Siamese Dream by Smashing Pumpkins. That's the one with mayonnaise. Paul's Boutique, Beastie Boys. Ride the Lightning, Metallica. The Color and the Shape by Foo Fighters. That's a good one. That's the one with Everlong, I think.
Zed's second album, True Colors. His first album was out.
Clarity.
Whatever. I don't think that was the album.
That is the album name. That is the album name. Like Clarity. Yeah. But the True Colors, yeah.
Sophomore album.
Yeah. What else?
Fantastic album.
Fantastic. Maybe we got to add this to the list because I know nothing about that. I think I know Beautiful Now.
This is an EDM album.
Yeah.
The genre is EDM, so you're right to call this EDM.
But you're not right to call Daft Punk EDM.
Correct.
That's disrespectful. It makes no sense because EDM wasn't even a thing back then.
Correct.
Like
EDM is a genre, but us as Americans, I understand when people say like,
because I like to think it's like the
EDM.
umbrella. It's like underneath.
But what they mean to say is electronic music.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful Now is probably the only song I know from this album.
Oh no, you know a couple. Beautiful Now was definitely the hugest hit off of that.
Because that's the one with John fucking.
What's
Bellier.
the one with Selena Gomez? You know that one.
I Want You to Know. I probably
want you
do.
to know that it's our time.
Sophomore
you and
albums.
me run the same.
I know that
line.
song. Yeah. Better Than the Debut. Actually, let's do good old Chat GPT. Sophomore.
Dude, True Colors is great.
That's it. Okay, well, we'll throw in True Colors.
And see, no fucking list is gonna give props to any modern electronic album.
Yeah, it's really disrespected in like the critics.
That there was like 4 or 5 songs in there that dominated the charts for a minute there.
Well, we both agree charts don't necessarily mean people like it, which makes in a way kind of makes no sense, but makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Damn. Did we mention all the major ones? I'm trying to see if we've missed out on it because they mentioned. Let's see. Good Kid, Mad City.
Sophomore album.
More. Let's see.
I'm just gonna try to think of what was Moby's second album.
I don't even know his first
it's gonna
album.
be something niche. Never mind. Ignore me on that point.
I mean, are we counting not Channel Orange, the second one? Are we counting Blonde?
Blonde is a sophomore album. What was Chemical Brothers' second album?
You're talking to me like I know this shit. I don't know this shit.
Chemical Brothers' second album, nah. Their third album was the big one that everyone knew, Surrender.
Fearless, Taylor Swift.
Really trying to dig deep here. What's
Me too.
Daft Punk's second album? I meant Deadmau5.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, what about Pinkerton Weezer? Because the Blue Album is just so fucking good.
So iconic, but I love Pinkerton.
Sam's Town, the Killers.
Oh, dude,
Ooh,
that might be
that's
better
a good
than
one.
Hot Fuzz.
That is a good one.
Is Hot Fuzz their first?
Yeah, because that's the one with Read My Mind.
Hot Fuzz?
No. Samstown.
Oh, yeah.
Samstown's actually, that's a good answer.
Samstown's.
And this is for, what about Evil Empire by Rage Against the Machine? That's the one with Bulls on Parade. That's a good one. They put Take Care by Drake, which works.
This is his best album.
It is his best album. And
that, or honestly, Call Me Fucking Crazy. What was One Dance?
Views?
Playlist. Oh no, Views. I
hate
liked Views.
Trash. Like everything after Take Care. Even like, so when I was in.
Well, I feel like he went back to the Take Care kind of stuff.
When I was in California and we listened to Nothing Was the Same, and that's the one with like Hold On We're Going Home and Started from the Bottom. I listened to the album. Boring.
I think I'm mixing those up.
Boring as shit. Oh my god, I was bored to tears. I'm like, really? This is supposed to be quote unquote Drake's best album? I was bored to shit from it. That made me want to fall asleep. I was actually like really disappointed in that album, like because I've heard the album before, obviously. And I know the hits. Like Tuscan Leather is still an amazing song, but everything after that just like was like, what the fuck? This is shit. Like, I thought I wanted to give Drake a chance. I was trying to have an open mind, but I'm like, bruh, this shit sucks. It sucks. Well, they're throwing Slim Shady LP, and yeah, that's my favorite Eminem album. So yeah, I'll give it that. But yeah, that's a complicated situation. Where do you call it a sophomore album or do you call it a debut? I don't know. They're calling The Infamous by Mobb Deep, which is a good one. It's a good one. Let's see if we can keep going.
What was Red Hot Chili Peppers' second album?
They had like 3 or 4 albums before Under the Bridge. Bon Iver. The Doors, Strange Days, Janis Joplin, 3 Hill. Sounds of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Van Halen 2. That's a good one. A Rush of Blood to My Head by Coldplay. That's a good one. D'Angelo Voodoo. Oh, hold on.
Sublime's second sophomore album is insane.
Oh, you're talking about the self-titled?
40 Ounce to Freedom.
Oh, yeah, that's the one with Date Rape, right?
No, 40 Ounce to Freedom. Just wait a second. The whole album is hits. Waiting for My Ruka. 40 Ounce to Freedom.
Don't know.
Smoke 2 Joints.
I've heard that one.
We're Gonna Die Arrogance, No Nos. Don't Push, No Nos. 5446. That's My Number. Do you know the story of that song?
We got to add this to the list. I think we need to start
40 Ounce of Freedom.
So
by Sublime.
40 ounce.
So that song is a song from slave times in America.
My Aim Is True. I'm putting it down a list of all the albums we need to talk about. Zed, True Colors, is that what it's called? Is there any? Pretty sure I missed an album. Hold up.
I think you wrote down everything we kind of talked about. Were you thinking of Panic?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's a good one. Pretty odd. 21 Adele, I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I think those are the ones for now. So
okay,
keep a list.
5446, That's My Number. Is a song dating back to like fucking slave times.
Okay.
And it talks about like 5446, that's my number. Like talking about like that was your name, like your number.
As a slave. Yeah.
And it's Slash Ball and Chain is the name of the song. It's like a punk / ska song. Because like punk and ska have a lot of like influence together. Like that's something I think a lot of people don't know about is like the origin of reggae, ska, and punk. Is like where those 3 genres came to be.
They both were rebel music. They were all rebel music. They all influenced each other.
And ska is older than reggae.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like the first wave of ska, it came around the same era as dancehall, and reggae is the mix of the two. Reggae is a mix of ska and dancehall.
Okay. Interesting.
Because they were close enough to Florida that they could get the radio stations.
Really?
I don't know if you knew that. If the weather conditions were right, yeah, in Jamaica you can get a clear signal of a Key West radio station.
Wow, man.
You listen to the Rolling Stones jumping up and down.
Speaking of reggae, you heard of Exodus by Bob Marley?
Of course.
That's another album we need to add on. Because I think Bob Marley. Because I know what's the one?
Redemption song?
No, not that album. The Greatest Hits album.
Buffalo Soldier. And
No, I'll show you. Well, obviously, yeah.
Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Bob Marley, Greatest Hits album. I forgot. Oh, Legend. This one. This is the one that I know, and this is just
this album is a front-heavy album. I'd say 5 of the best.
Where's Date Rape at? Date Rape's up
towards the bottom.
You don't like that one?
See, I'd say that's the only good song on the back half.
Wow.
That and Rivers of Babylon are the 2 good songs on the back half. Whereas, like, the first 5 songs, like Waiting for Maruka, 40 Ounce of Freedom, Smoke 2 Joints, 45, 46, Bad Fish, Let's Get Stoned. Like, all those are the first 7 tracks, or 5 of the first 7 tracks, like, are the best songs on the album.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's why I was saying, like, front-loaded, back-loaded. Like, Discovery is definitely a back-loaded album. Like, the best songs are towards the back half. Even though One More Time and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger on the front half, I think the back half is the stronger side of the album.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is a good place to end it. I think we're good. You have any closing remarks?
I just want to say, Daft Punk, you need to check them out. They're legends of the game. I think
it doesn't matter what genre you listen to. Like, Daft Punk is just an essential listen for any type of person.
Yeah. Expand your knowledge. Maybe start with Random Access Memories if you really want to. Like,
I kind of disagree. I think Discovery is kind of the perfect album to if you want to get into like
dance music. You never have.
Yeah,
sure.
Discovery, but if you want just to enjoy a good pop album, yeah, sure, Random Access. But it's not. I don't think it's very representative of what Daft Punk is. But it's a great album.
If you understand where they come from, Random Access Memories makes a lot more sense, especially with like the title track.
Because I think it's more fun listening to that album after you listen to all the Daft Punks, because it is like knowing in context of like that being their comeback album, like they were kind of viewed as has-beens, like no one really hasn't done anything like of significance.
The last thing they did was the Tron thing that
clowned. Yeah, and then that put them right in the top. Honestly, more commercial success they've ever had, and like
they just pissed on all that.
I know.
They said, "Fuck you!" And
fuck you. We're goats. We're literally goats, and we're proving why we're goats. And same with Pharrell. Pharrell was like, I'm proving why I'm the goat. Like, yeah.
Oh, Pharrell felt lucky they invited him to that.
I know
that was just after the Grammys.
Really?
Yeah. This first time he ever heard "Lose Yourself to Dance" was the first thing he ever was introduced to. And it was just after the Grammys, like previous, like probably 2012 Grammys or whatever, 2011 maybe. And he was just there. He was drunk as fuck, but like just like he was just like in there with the robots, and that's when he was just like, all right, I need to be all over this. Like when he heard the beat to "Lose Yourself to Dance,"
he had him. He has to thank Daft Punk for putting him back in the spotlight, because he was a has-been too. But they helped each other out. They definitely helped each other out. But they were both pretty much has-beens at the time, and Get Lucky put him back on the top. So yeah, we got to talk about Random Access Memories. That's definitely an album that definitely deserves an episode in itself. But anyway,
we're
gonna call it. You guys have a good night. We'll see you next time.